the Social Security COLA for 2025. How much? What does it mean for you? And hey, what's a COLA anyway, you say? Well, grab your favorite beverage, café con leche. Settle in and let's break this down together. What's the COLA buzz all about? All right, let's start with the basics. COLA stands for Cost of Living Adjustment. It's Social Security's way of trying to keep your benefits in line with inflation. Hey, beating inflation would be better, but keeping up, well, that'd be nice. Think of it as an attempt to give your Social Security benefit a fighting chance against rising prices. So what's the magic number for 2025? Well, there's a 2 and a 5 in it, but it's not 12.5% or even 5.2%. It's 2.5%. Now, I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound like much. And you're right. It's not a huge bump. In fact, it's the smallest increase we've seen since 2021. Let's put it in perspective. In August of 2024, the average retiree gets about $1,920 a month. A 2.5% increase will add $48 to your monthly check. All right, let's make the math easy. Let's round it up to $2,000 a month. So 2.5% is a $50 a month raise. Not exactly winning the lottery, but hey, every little bit helps, right? It might get you another couple of café con leches a month. Now, compare this to recent years. Well, in 2023, we saw a whopping 8.7% increase. In 2024, it dropped to 3.2%. And now in 2025, wow, we're looking at 2.5%. Empty nesters often downsize, but why the downsizing of the so-called right-sizing? Well, it all comes down to inflation. The Social Security Administration uses something called the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. CPIW it's called. And that's how they calculate the COLA. Basically, they're looking at how prices for everyday items are changing. Well, that's great, but retirees are typically not working, and that index pertains to wage earners. And retired people don't always buy the same stuff as working people do. The good news, well, inflation is cooling down a little. The bad news, your budget might still be feeling the heat from those price hikes over the last couple of years. It doesn't really matter what the index says if what's happening in your house says something else. And that's where things get a bit tricky. Many seniors are saying, hold on now, my expenses aren't going down, and they've got a point. All right, let's look at some real life examples. Groceries. Remember when you could fill your cart without breaking a sweat? When shopping at Publix really was a pleasure? Yeah, those days seem long gone. By the way, I'm not touching those self-checkout lanes. If I wanted to scan stuff and stick it in the bag, I'd get a job there. I can't be the only self-checkout lane denier, right? All right, how about healthcare? No secret that medical costs often outpace inflation, and who usually needs the most healthcare? Right, seniors and retirees. How about housing? Whether you're renting or own a home, those costs keep climbing, and homeowners insurance is ridiculous in Florida right now. In fact, a study by the Senior Citizens League, one of the nation's biggest nonpartisan seniors groups, found that Social Security benefits have lost 20% of their buying power since 2010. Some folks are pushing for a change in how the COLA is calculated. They're suggesting using something called the Consumer Price Index for the Elderly, otherwise known as CPI-E. The idea is that this index might better reflect the spending patterns of seniors. But not everyone's on board with this idea. Some experts argue that since not all Social Security recipients are seniors, using an elderly-focused index might not be fair for everyone else. So, what can you do? Well, stay informed. Keep an eye on those COLA announcements every year. They come out every October. And budget wisely. With modest increases, careful planning is more important than ever. And explore options, other benefits. You could look into programs like SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or Energy Assistance if you're struggling. Voice your concerns. Reach out to your representatives if you feel the COLA isn't cutting it. The 2025 COLA might not be as juicy as you'd like, but it's still an increase. Remember, Social Security was never meant to be your only source of retirement income. It's more like the foundation of your financial house. Important, yes, but not the whole structure. Keep in mind, while we're focusing on the numbers, the real story is about people. Hardworking Americans trying to make ends meet. It's about dignity, security, and peace of mind. Knowledge is power, and the more you understand about your benefits, the better equipped you'll be to make smart decisions for your future. So, what do you think about the 2025 COLA? Too little? Just right? Let me know in the comments below. And tell me what you think about self-checkout lanes for the fun of it. On board or refuse to use? And hey, if you found this video helpful, I could use a little bump in my COLA. Sub, like, share, and go a little crazy and comment. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next episode.